Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Cortez, and we're going to continue today the recording for the subject, this one, Entrep in Hospitality Management. For lesson 1, we're going to discuss on perspective on entrepreneurship, and those are my credentials. And let's start with the course description. If I may be allowed to read this course will prepare the students with an introduction to the concept of entrepreneurship. In this subject, guys, we'll learn how something or anything about yourself, whether you have the mindset of being an entrepreneur, knowing your decisions, your goals, to determine how entrepreneurship can play a role in your lives. And you're not being trained kasi as employee, no? Maganda, you are being trained as employer. So students will gain awareness of entrepreneurial innovation, sources, structures, and dynamics. The difference kasi ng isang entrepreneur sa other businessmen or your risk taker, you are starting something small or starting a startup. You should be, or you are innovative, you are enterprising compared to other businesses. Yung ating one, that is the description, and these are the course learning outcomes natin. Sabihin at the end of the course, the students should be able to do the following. So number 1, appreciate the importance of class participation and prepare the students for the requirements of the subject. Understand the definition and importance of introduction to entrepreneurship. Explaining the meaning and scope and entrepreneurship. Setting target, hopefully we can achieve best goals or targets natin. If we are done with the topics, all the topics. And following is the list of agenda, the lessons for number 1. We start with the perspective, the landscape of entrepreneurship in the country, the relation of entrepreneurship to economic development. Of course, we should define what is entrepreneurship, the task of an entrepreneur, what is being innovative, what are the types of innovation, samples of innovations, new ventures and long-term enterprises, the benefits or rewards for being a successful entrepreneurs, and the challenges, problems of being an entrepreneur. Yung ating agenda for this lesson number 1. And yung perspective natin. So, why do we like to be an entrepreneur? Ang natin kanina, tanong, bakit hindi? Why should not I? Ba't hindi pwedeng gumaya? Lahat naman, we are in free enterprise. Ibig sabihin kung sinong may capital, so they can do business. Mas okay yung isang employer or entrepreneur kaysa isang employee, di ba? Mas may financial freedom pag ikaw ay isang entrepreneur kaysa isang employee that has a fixed income monthly. Monthly income 30,000, that is fixed like for 2 years, no? But if you are an entrepreneur, more than 30,000, sometimes 60, 70 net income. So, yung ating background, you are the one who is employing yourself, and maraming benefits ang pagiging isang entrepreneur. Siyempre, pag may benefits, meron ding mga cons, mga challenges or predicament ng isang entrepreneur. Alright, and moving on, define natin what is an entrepreneurship, an important component of capitalist economy. We are in the capitalist economy. Sabihin, kung sinong may capital, you can be engaged in business. Pilipinas, nobody is, even the government will not prevent you from doing business. And of course, may mga gamit, may mga contributions, may important sa mga entrepreneur sa isang capitalist economy. Example, we are the one who is making the flow of commerce. Tayo nagpapagulong ng transactions. The entrepreneurs, the businessmen are the one who are making the role of, or the wheel of transactions business revolve araw-araw, day in, day out. Right? Kayo nagpapasweldo. You are paying taxes that can be used by the government in doing or serving the country, like highways, public buildings, defense forces, police. Ayan, no? We pay taxes, we buy, we provide services, we provide employment sa mga labor force, example. Alright, entrepreneurship thrives in economic systems that support innovation and hard work. Pag startup business ka, your first 2 years, at least, no, you are the one who will make something or who will work for your own business. Wala ka ditong kasama, you don't have employees, no, of first few years ng business mo. Ikaw ang gagawa, marketing, production, finance, research, purchasing, collections, going to the banks, lahat ikaw. You are on your own first few years ng iyong business. So you don't have an overtime, you don't have an 8 to 5 job here. No? 24/7, you are doing something for your business. So pag ikaw dito may hina-hina, mahinang katawan, mahinang emotion, bibigay ka agad kasi 14 hours no, trabaho. You start at 8 o'clock in the morning, ending at 10 o'clock p.m. So hard work talaga. And I always tell the students to be innovative sa lahat ng mga kanilang ginagawa. Starting from choosing a business name, logo, products, pricing strategy, promotion, product design. Palaging merong innovative. They should always check innovation. Kasi that is one way of differentiating you from the competitors. Kasi pag ikaw ay katulad ng mga businessmen sa palibot, so wala kang masyadong competitive advantage. So you don't have yung income mo ganun din sa kanila. Right? Example, pag yung resto mo, yung restaurant by different design, different interiors, different decorations, different uniforms, presentation of products, yung facade, yung interior. May mga resto na nakabitin, I saw this in YouTube video. Parang dining area pero nakabitin, suspended 100 meters above the ground. Very innovative. Yung mga pangalan ng mga kanilang mga business, no? Mga resto, example, you are selling Mami. Ang pangalan ng business, Mami Pacquiao. Very innovative. You are selling merienda, pangalan, Chito Merienda. So instead of just selling, just naming a company, just naming a resto, example, si Jana. Si Jana merong resto. So instead of just naming that as Jana Restaurant, so gawin mo siyang innovative, di ba? Dana Cookery, yan. Cooking ni Jana, ganun pangalan ng kanila. Pag bake shop naman, so instead of Jana Bake Shop, so you can be innovative. Example, tinapay ni Jana, tinapayan, ganon, di ba? Or Mamon ni Oliver. Ako yun, ang pangalan ko yun. Alright, so innovation. So entrepreneurs, pag successful ka, it is translated to a successful nation. Kasi pag marami kang innovation, pag very innovative ka, maraming bibili sa'yo, you will earn more profit, net income. So pag maraming net income, your income tax will increase. Marami kang mabayarang tax sa government. So that can be used by the government in providing service to the people. Yan. So moving on sa ating next one. Next slide natin. So this is more on the definition of entrepreneurship. It refers to the economic activity of a person. Ikaw startup, ikaw pa nagmamanage, you assume all there is sa business, meron tayong tinatawag ng conservatism. Pag sinabing conservatism, You anticipate all the losses, you anticipate all the risk. You don't expect profit sa business. Be conservative. So kasi business kasi maraming risk, especially first 2 years ng yung business, first 2 years ng yung resto, first 2 years ng yung resort. Naku, marami yan, no? Madadaan mo lahat yan. Ang maganda sa business, no? First 2 years ng yung resto or fast food, ilabas mo lahat ng mga gastos. Huwag mo na mag-expect ng profit. You anticipate, alamin mo lahat ng gastos, first 2 years ng business. Lahat ng risk, alamin mo. Para sa 3rd year, alam mo na, hindi ka na magugulat, hindi ka na magugulaga. Kasi nadaanan mo na yan. 3rd year, you expect profit. Pero hindi pa masyadong malaki. Be conservative. So, entrepreneur is the person. Pag sinabing entrepreneurship, that is the business. Pag sinabing entrepreneur, that is the person. Ikaw. Undertakes all the risk. Lahat ang gagawin. Pati pag-purchase ng mga supplies. Ikaw yan. Pag-purchase ng mga materials gagamitin sa iyong business. Pag-market, distributing flyers or tarp or posters, ikaw. Ito ang gagawa niyan. Right? You will do the dirty job from the startup stage ng iyong business, like 1 year, first 2 years. So, be risk or be innovative. Alright, so entrepreneur. So, may economic needs tayo. Ibig sabihin, we anticipate the needs of the economy. Right? We don't just provide a service na gusto natin. Alamin natin through market research na ano yung kailangan ng market. Right? Then you provide. Example, product. No? You anticipate merong needs sa market ng ganito kasi wala pa sa market based on the analysis market research. May product na hindi pa nakalabas. No? Kailangan ng ating economy. Kailangan natin. Okay? Kailangan ng market. Then gagawin mo yung product na yan. But we are not selling product. We are providing business solution. Solution ng ating binibenta sa mga market. Not merely product. Okay, example, you have a fast food, you have a resort. So hindi resort binibenta natin, kundi yung relaxation. May mga taong pagod, may mga taong they need rest. So you provide solution to them. Relaxation. Okay? Yung silent or relaxing ambience. Yan ang binibenta natin. That is the one that we provide sa problem. Okay? Kasi that is a solution. Now sa business, maraming resources. We call this the 4 M's, the 5 M's of business. Resources. Na ginagamit natin sa negosyo. Okay? 5 M's to. Sa unang-una, yung pinakaunang M, that is the machine. Kailangan natin mga machinery sa ating business like laptops, air conditioning unit, the vehicle, the freezer sa ating resto, mga cooking materials, utensils, stove, oven, freezer, chest. Ang ginagamit natin sa ating business. Mga mga machinery ating gagamitin. And we can't avoid na wala tayong machinery. Kahit laptop or computer, those are machines na ginagamit natin. Okay, the second M of business resources, ito yung the second M, the materials na ginagamit natin. We're talking about the raw materials. So yung mga restaurant, ito yung mga ingredients na ginagamit. Right? Sa mga hotels nyo, sa mga kitchen ng mga hotels, mga resort, ito yung mga supplies na ginagamit natin. Whether it is a office materials like bond paper, supplies, folders. So meron tayong kailangan gano'n. The third M in business, of course, that is the method na ating ginagamit. Example, sa mga resorts, sa ating mga resto, sa mga kitchen natin. May sinusunod tayong SOP. Standard Operating Procedure na sinusunod ng ating mga employees na the protocols, no? The program, the rules, the policy, no? Na ginagamit natin sa ating recording protocol. Yan. Yung ginagamit natin, mga software, no? So those are the methods na ginagawa natin sa ating mga programs sa mga hotel. No? May mga guidelines na sinusunod eh. So yun ang methods na kailangan natin. And we can't avoid programs, the methods, mga SOP, mga procedure. Kailangan natin yan to render a good service to the client natin. Ang pang-apat na M, of course, obviously, we need the money. Pang-apat, money. No? Kailangan ng pera sa business in operating. Payment for purchases of machine, materials, payment of salaries, payment of liabilities, paying taxes to the government, at reserve fund for the business pag mayroong mga miscellaneous na bibilhin. So you can avoid without money. The last one is very important. The asset manpower is important in business. I know that is the most important asset or resources ng isang business. Yung mga tao. Okay, sabihin, don't invest on machine and materials kung pinapabayaan mo sweldo ng mga tao mo. Patayin natin bayaran yung mga manpower natin para they will do something good about the business. Kasi if you are not taken care of good ng business, mag-resign, they will create grievances. Pero pag yan ay kahit wala kang magaling materials or machine or wala kang mga methods, pero may magaling yung tao, they will do something about the business. Okay? Entrepreneur, don't forget this one. We are always taking risks. Ang business nating startup na maliit, hindi yan sureable na magsasucceed. Kasi pag may itayo yung tatlong negosyo na nag-start, dalawa dyan mag-fail. First 2 years ng business, dalawa mag-fail. Isa na maging successful. Kasi napaka-risky to be involved in business. Although, financial freedom, may risk eh. No? Pag empleyado ka, wala masyadong risk kasi sweldo ka na sweldo eh. No? Pero pag ikaw ay isang negosyante, you take all the risk. Risk sa employee, risk sa financial, risk sa products, complaints, right? Physical risk ng iyong business, the risk of failing, the risk of being bankrupt. So, absorb mo yan. So, you should be willing to accept all those risks. Kasi, yan ang isang quality ng isang entrepreneur eh. Risk taker ka. Risk taker, hindi reckless. Ibang risk taker sa reckless eh. Ang risk taker, malakas ang loob. Ang reckless, bara-bara or hindi pa nag-isipan kanyang mga ginagawa. Yan. So, let's not this one, the task of an entrepreneur. Anong ginagawa? Ang gagawin natin pag ikaw isang entrepreneur. Of course, pag ikaw ay nagnegosyo, siyempre, that is business. Yung financial reward is only secondary. Bonus na lang yun. Important, no? We produce products and services for customers natin. We provide solution. Okay? Solution kasi na alam natin. Ano bang kailangan ng mga entrepreneur sa business? We provide employment. We pay salary to the labor force natin. We pay taxes, na? Example, pag sole proprietorship, iba ang iyong tax na binabayaran pag sole ka kesa ikaw ay isang partnership. Pag partnership corporation, ibang tax na binabayaran. Okay? Pag partnership, 25% din. Alright. So, demand and supplies, products and services. We anticipate the demand. We should know the demand. Then we supply. Kasi pag nakita natin kulang ang demand, we supply. So, we should know the gap. The gap analysis versus demand and supply. Now, pag mas maraming demand kaysa supply, so okay. Pero pag mas maraming supply kaysa demand, parang hindi masyadong feasible yung business. Okay? The entrepreneur will serve as training facilities for future entrepreneurs. Training ground yan eh. No? Yung business. So, pag meron kang business, after a while, after like 5 years in business, properly trained ka na. May empleyado mo, na-train din doon. Sometimes you can make the business your stepping stone para magkaroon sila ng magandang negosyo. Alis mga yan eh. No? Maganda dito, you are an instrument in training the employees. Okay? Entrepreneurs should identify the needs of the economy. Anong kulang? Okay? Anong kulang sa mga fast food? Anong kulang sa mga resort natin? And you assemble, you utilize, you allocate. Yung 5 resources na binanggit natin kanina. So that is your job, no? That is your strategy na pwede mong gawin. And of course, you assume the risk na sinasabi natin kanina. Lahat ikaw eh. Pag nalugi ng company, net loss, wala kang kikitain, lugi ka, assume mo yan. Right? Financial risk, so yan. Mga nagreklamo mga customers or guests. Mga sirang products na provide mo, lahat sa yan. Assume. So, hindi pa laging papasok ang pera. Hindi pa laging pakabig. No? You should be spending something. Right? Sa entrepreneurship and innovation, palaging innovative ang isang entrepreneur. No? Yan ang pinagkaiba ng isang entrepreneur sa mga ibang tao eh. Innovative ka, you are thinking something new always, pangalan, product, pricing strategy, promotion, innovative processes, innovative solution. Yan. You introduce new method, procedure, customs, device, among other jobs mo. Yan ang ginagawa mo. No? Mag-innovate ka. Always be innovative. Okay? Ang invention, di ba naman invention eh. Ang invention kasi, you are devising new products. Ang innovation, hindi palaging products. Ang innovation, pwede sa process, method, procedures, promotion strategy. Ang invention, new products palagi. Or process. Pag sinabing development natin, refers to process by which the ideas and principles are being generated, are being improved from stage number 1 to stage number 2. We're modifying product kapag sinabi natin yung development. Innovation kasi, unang sabak, unang bagsak bago, no? Ang development, meron ng existing, then you develop. You develop a process, you develop a product. Example, mga pantalon, di ba? Mga pants now, you're still developing clothing or pants or products or cellphone. Ang cellphone, di na sa masyadong invention kasi dati nang ginagawa. But you can develop. Marami pang kulang sa mga cellphones. Right? So, yun ang difference sa invention, development, and innovation. Sa mga tourism students and hospitality, maraming bagong innovative sa mga hotels, sa mga resto. Example, yung kiosk. No? Mga estudyante kung nasa fast food, okay, they're using the kiosk, di ba? Mas convenient to para sa kanila. They're using the robotics. They're using conveyor in providing products. Sa mga hotels naman, right? Marami na mga may mga hotels na hindi na gumagamit ng room boy. Mga machine na ang naghahatid ng mga gamit sa mga rooms. No? May mga hotel na super innovative. I saw a hotel na in Maldives na sa ilalim ng dagat. Habang natutulog ka, yung mga isda na sa palibot mo. In Maldives. No? So, it's very entertaining and amusing. But, I know expensive. Alright? So, moving on. Ito naman yung mga samples ng mga business names, ng mga very innovative. Okay? Sabi ko kanina, you can start being innovative sa pangalan pa lang ng mga business mo. You can be innovative eh. Right? Sa product, pwede rin. Sa facade, sa interior ng inyong hotel, sa menu ng inyong hotel, you can be innovative. Sa mga beddings ng mga hotel, iba-ibang design ang ginagamit. No? Di ba may mga hotel na may mga theme? Depende ang gusto mo. Alam mo gusto mong theme, nature, gusto mo Adam and Eve, parang si Adam tapos si Eva. So yung design ng iyong room para sa Garden of Eden. Di ba? Gusto mong theme na space, some decoration, spaceship. Tapos para ka na sa solar system, na ganun. Tapos yung beddings mo, yung bed mo, spaceship. Okay? Gusto maging ang theme is Pirates of the Caribbean. Right? Yung higaan para sa barko, yung galleon na barko. Tapos ang mga pirates, yung mga design. Diba? Ang mga tao, papasukin ng inyong hotel, not to sleep, but they want to take photos of themselves while they are inside. Instagrammable eh, diba? Yan. Yung mga pangalan ng mga toilet ng mga resto, napaka-innovative eh. So instead of male or female ang pangalan ng mga bathroom or toilet sa mga resto, instead of gents, male or female, boys and girls, no? They are innovative sa pangalan. Example, very innovative. Adam sa lalaki, pambabae, Eve. Panlalaki, Papay, Olive naman yung sa babae. Right? Yung babae, Cleopatra. Yung lalaki, Mark Anthony. Right? Diba? Minsan, choice lang eh. Yung panlalaki, rubber shoes. Yung pambabae, high heels. Diba? Very, napaka-innovative. Okay? So, your guest will go to your resto or hotel not to sleep, but nabalitaan kasi lang maganda yung mga pangalan eh. Maganda ba? Sige, punta tayo minsan makapagpa-picture. Right? So, mayroon ka ng guest ngayon. Sample mga innovative business names. Ito, Innovative business, no? Husband daycare center. May ganon, no? Isa-shopping ka mga babae, no? And kasama yung boyfriend mo, kasama yung husband mo. So sometimes the husband and the boyfriends they are not patient enough to wait. Sa mga shopping na lang kasama. So may mga resort sa Boracay ba to? May mga resort or establishment na meron husband daycare center wherein they can leave their husband, boyfriends in that place na, then they can do shopping for the longest time, 3 oras na. Okay na. Kasi meron namang libangan mga husband eh. Bayad dyan. Need time to relax, need time to yourself. I want to go shopping. Leave your husband within us. We look after him for you. You only pay for the drinks. No? Alright, ito naman business name, no? Business name to na ano to eh? Laundry shop. Ang pangalan, Summa Cum Laundry. Innovative business name. Pero dito, living things. This one is funeral parlor. So yung hotel mo, yung resto mo, no? You create you think with business amusing. Nakakatuwa. Right? Another one. Ito, kainan. Merienda. Pangalan, Chito Merienda. Obviously, it came from the name of Chito Miranda, no, ng parokya. Parokya ni Edgar. No? Gina yung kanyang pangalan. Ito naman Fish BBQ. So obviously, they are selling seafoods dito. Right? Ito naman, pizza ng ina mo. Ayan. Ina mo, ina ko, ina nating lahat. Di ba maganda yun? No? Mga innovative or naughty or unique, catchy, funny slogan. Funny business name. Pizza ng ina mo. Ayan. Ito, Facebook. Obviously, from Facebook fame. Diba? Kakatuwain, no? And, okay, next natin guys, na ng resto. Mami Pacquiao. Obviously, they are selling Mami. Diba, kakatuwain. Witty names para sa inyong business. Or, okay, sige. Ito naman mga products na may mga twist, no? So, innovative ka sa names and you can also be innovative sa mga in the product itself. No? Ito sa resto nyo, no? And you are catering to toddlers, to children. Yung kaya mga utilities na ginagamit, you can design those like a toy na pwede niyang gamitin. Tulad nitong fork na to. It's shaped like an airplane, a toy airplane. Natutuwa yung mga bata na pinikater natin. And if you are selling something like a juice, yung nilagyan naman ng pwede mo maging innovative. So, pag ito'y, imagine mo, pag ito yung baon ng mga bata, mga anak mo, parang araw-araw gusto nila itong product na ganito. Yes, they can post about this type of products sa mga classmates or kaibigan. Ikaw naman, you will be forced to buy ito mga ganitong klase yung mga products. And that is an income, no, to the seller of ganitong products. O, diba? Ang galing yun. May mga products na may mga twist, no? So, obviously, you can create your own product na may twist. Okay? Ito naman, slogan. I believe na ang isang business na may slogan, hindi lang pangalan, no? Lagyan ng slogan ang inyong mga negosyo. Kasi the purpose of slogan, mas personalized. Mas nakaka-reach out ka sa mga customers mo pag meron kang slogan. Kaya sa negosyo lang. Kasi ang slogan, as if that is your own dialogue, your own word na reaching out or talking sa mga customers mo kahit hindi ka present, kahit wala ka dun eh. Right? You can do this slogan. But the slogan should not be very long. That's like 7 syllables only. Para may retention. Kasi kung masyadong mahaba yan, di masyadong matandaan eh, no? So dapat may retention sa mind ng mga customers natin. Example, pag ang business mo ay pet shop, ang slogan na pwede mong gawin dyan, no? Pakita mo, pet mo. Yan. Right? Pag resto naman, Johnny's Fried Chicken, the fried of Marikina. Pag shoe repair, we will heal you. Pag laundry shop, wash your problem. Pag ice cream parlor naman, dila lang ang katapat. Diba? Ang galing. Ang ginagawa yan. Pag fishball, eat my balls. Pag go to resto, goto ko pa. Pag chicken inasal naman, so maasar ka sa sarap. Diba? Mga pagkain, mga hospitality business. Right? So pag may slogan, meron ka rin mga logo or pangalan. Total ng mga logo na to, diba? Na siya. Pag may logo kasi ngayong business, kahit walang pangalan, malalaman nilang yung business mo kahit malayo. Isang logo ang pangalan, pag malaki, hindi mo nakikita Pero pag logo, pag malaki, malayo pa lang, kahit malayo, it's still visible sa mga prospective customers ng iyong business. No? So, come out with the logo. Ito naman, mga product design. Ito nakakatuwa Ito rin ang ginagamit ng mga bowl set or plates sa kanilang mga resto. Toilet bowl ang ginagamit. Humorous, creative. Yung iba siguro disgusting. Kasi toilet bowl ang lalagyan ng pagkain, di ba? Pero twist ng business. Nakikilala ka because of this. Kasi sabi natin sa negosyo, any publicity, bad or good publicity, is still publicity. Sumisikat ka kahit disgusting yung paggamit na ginagamit sa iyong resto. Ito naman, dinaan naman sa mga upuan. Yung mga chairs ay toilet seat ang kanilang ginagamit, di ba? So parang contrast you're selling food pero mga upuan mo, mga toilet bowl. Contrast ang tinatawag natin dyan. So makikilala ngayong resto because of this. Kasi that is still publicity. Kahit para sa iba, yan. Para kahit sa may parang disgusting. Diba? Right? Di ba sa new ventures? May apat na stages ang if you're going to launch a business, may apat kang stages na susundin. The first one is the venture idea. Ito yung pre-startup na idea pa lang Iniisip mo pa lang siya kung anong gusto mong gawin. Ikaw ba ay anong idea, anong product or service ang nasa isip? For the longest time, at the back of your mind, for the longest time, nasa likod iniisip mo siya. Hindi lang matuloy-tuloy. Bakit pwedeng negosyo? Siguro ito okay to. Resto na nasa bangka. O resto or dining table na nasa lumulutang. Right? Kasi you look as well sa mga opportunities. Okay? Pag nakita mong walang nagtitinda ng ganito, so opportunity mo yan. Pag nakita mo yung mga needs na ganito, that is your opportunity sa iyong venture idea or startup stage ng iyong business. Kung parang nagtatanim pala ng dyan. Iniisip mo anong itatanim. Okay. Yung ventures and long-term enterprises, continuation to ng 4 stages. Yung kanina, sa letter E natin, the venture or idea pa lang. Sa letter B natin, the startup stage. Yan. Ito, hindi na lang isip to. No? You are now starting to form your business. Anong klaseng business? Is it sole proprietorship, then by partnership, corporation, o simply cooperatives? At may kanya-kanya advantage sa mga yon, yung mga binanggit natin. Dito ka mag-hunters, hindi sa maghanap ng capital. Saan kukunin? Pwede sa bangko, pwedeng mangutang. Sa mga kamag-anak, sa mga relatives, sa friends, or pwede sa bangko. Of course, may kanyang advantage. Pag sa bangko, mahal ang interest income or interest expense na. Pag sa mag-anak, pwedeng walang interest sa mabayaran. Right? Bibili ka na dito mga facilities, equipment. Anong gagamitin sa resto? Anong gagamitin sa hotel? Sa eatery? Kahit Paris, Mami lang yan equipment, kaldero. Right? O saan mga upuan. Okay? At magda-dry run ka na dito. Important yung prototype ng isang product. No? Pag product ang yung tatayo, may prototype. Pag business, merong dry run. May simulation. Para malaman mo possible na mistakes or errors. So stage na to, you are testing the market. Kung acceptability, example, nag-survey ka 10 or 100 na respond, nag-survey ka. Are you willing to accept your product? O 85% nag-yes. So 85% lang yung market acceptability. or yung MA. Right? Sino ang first customer mo? Magkano kaya ang first benta? I-anticipate na ikaw ay mag-fail, so you should know how to survive, or you should be building on mga contingency just in case na nag-fail yung iyong business. Startup stage yan, letter B. Right? Tayo sa letter C. Naitayo na yung business, di ba? And you will now be on the early growth stage ng iyong business. Important sa negosyo mo, guys, no? Resto or resort, pag feasibility study ka. Ang feasibility study, that is an analysis of what will be the result ng business mo. Market, management, technical, financial, socio-economic. Anong impact ng iyong business? At nag-testing ka na dito, pilot testing. So, limited lang muna yung pinagbebentahan ko. Example, you are testing this in limited areas. Sa street lang muna. Yung mga pilot or prototype na binibenta mo. So dito, you still develop the product. Kasi work in progress ang isang produkto no? Pag nagbebenta ka, you are improving. You are building the human resources ng iyong business. Sino pwedeng maging tauhan? Or manage? Sino pwedeng marketing? Sino magaling sa finance ng business? Sino magaling sa purchasing? Ayan. And you are now slowly building mga asset mo dito. Mga pwedeng gamitin sa negosyo like equipment, materials, delivery equipment, delivery van, mga tables na pwedeng gamitin, mga cooking equipment. Okay? Mga sound system, lightings, fixtures sa business mo. And kasama dito yung mga management control system na pwede mong gamitin. Mga programs na pwede mong gamitin sa inventory, sa pag-prepare ng financial statement, sa point of sale, sa POS mo. Pwede mong gamitin pa rin mga software na pwede gamitin sa recording ng mga transactions ng iyong business. Alright, so sa ating slide number 20. Letter D. Okay? So we start ng di ba? Letter A, the idea, stage. Yan. Meron tayong we started the business in letter B. In letter C, early growth stage. In letter D, the late growth stage. So management is structured. Long-term financing is established. May pinagkukunan kanila ng financing. So, ang source ng financing dapat established, no? May alam mo kang pagkukunan. Ayan. Sa bandang huli na kasi ito Nag-isip ko na dito expansion. Example, dati, yung pwesto maliit lang, then in-extend mo. Palabas o pupunta sa gilid, no? Yung iyong business, yung iyong resto. Okay? And expansion, pwede rin additional branch O dati, first floor lang. Yung second floor, ginawa mo na. You're now also talking about exporting yung products mo, no? Food products. Pag fast food ka, you're now starting to do franchising. Dati isa ka lang, pero may nang lumalapit sa'yo, pwede mag-franchise ng iyong resto, ng iyong kainan. Sa Mindanao naman itatay yung franchise. Ayan. Right? So, that is part of your late growth stage ng iyong business. But there's no way but to go up. Diba? So, you can't avoid expansion, exporting, and franchising. Siyempre, habang lumalaki yan, so, mas malaking responsibility sa inyo as owner ng isang business. Okay, so before I continue, guys, pwede yung pa-subscribe naman. Pa-click naman ang subscribe button. Maraming salamat. So moving on tayo. Rewards now. Benefits, ba't yung iba ay nag-entrepreneur? Maraming pakinabang Example, pag empleyado ka kasi, ang trabaho mo 8 to 5. Pag na-late ka, patay na. No? Pero pag entrepreneur, you have your own schedule. Pwede ka din oras ka pumasok. Pero madalas, pag sarili mo yung negosyo, maaga ka sa business. Example, pag yan ay kainan, alas 4 pa lang, start ka na Right? Pwede hindi ka pumasok, di ba? Kaya lang, pag maaga pumasok minsan, gabi-gabi ka lang umuwi. Di pag-uwi sa bahay, matutulog ka na lang, iniisip mo yung business mo. Bila kang babangon, di ba? May iniisip kang idea, isusulat mo siya. May iniisip kang menu, may iniisip kang bagong gimmick sa iyong hotel or resort. Gigising ka, babangon ka, sinilista mo siya. 24/7 nga guys, ang isang negosyante, 24/7. You believe in what you do. Ikaw lang yung pag ikaw yung unang-unang umayaw or hindi ka naniwala sa iyong gagawin, so talo na. So dapat ikaw yung unang naniniwala na kaya mong gawin yung isang business na yan. Technically, financially, emotionally. Management expertise, meron ka. Marketing expertise, meron ka. Technical. So kaya mo yan. You believe. Alright, so to continue, number 3, rewards or benefit. Your place can vary. Pwede ka magtrabaho sa bahay, no? Nakauwi ka na, pwede tuloy sa bahay. Kahit hindi sa office. Your workplace can vary. Kahit sa bus ka, kahit sa probinsya ka, kahit ikaw nag-relax sa isang resort, gumagawa ka, pwede kang gumawa. You have your laptop. So tuloy to, you can control your company or business remotely. Kahit sa bundo ka. Alright? Number 4, you are the boss. Wala ka dito. Pag empleyado kasi, ang pangit empleyado, may boss na tumitingin or sisita sa'yo. Pag ikaw yung isang entrepreneur, ikaw mismo yung boss. Ikaw mag-uutos. Diba? Ikaw susundin. Para lahat ng losses sa'yo, lahat ng lugi rin sa'yo. You are the boss eh. You get to see your work, change lives. Ang isang negosyo maganda, hindi lang ikaw yung mayaman, hindi ka nag-improve, kundi yung mga empleyado naging mayaman din, nag-improve din ka ng lives. Yung lives ng mga tao sa community, sa society, nag-improve din. O yung target natin, di ba? Yung kanilang lives nag-improve because of your product. You provide solution to them, so their lives improve. That is good. You become a business leader. Ikaw ay nasa resto, then ikaw nagpauso ng only rice or chicken inasal. Yeah? Susundan ka nila eh. Kasi you created a good model, you created a proven template na kayang sundan ng mga competitors mo sa business. Ikaw yung nauna, ikaw yung pioneer. So, you have the chance of being a leader. Number 7, you are always excited kasi nga, magkano kayong income mo yung taon na to? Yung buwan, magkano benta ko? Okay? Marami kayong customers or excited ka rin kung marami magko-complain? Kung matutuwa ba sila sa product or service na i-provide ng yung business? What do the future offers to you next year, next month? Right? So, ano kayo mga possible product na pwedeng ibenta, maging innovative product na pwede kong ibenta, na pwede kong, ngayon ay pwede ko nang gawin. So, maraming rewards ng isang entrepreneur. Pag may rewards, meron kang, siyempre, pag may rewards, merong mga predicament or yung mga challenges or issues. Pag negosyante kang entrepreneur, it requires you to dedicate a huge amount of time. Sabi ko kanina, 24/7 gumagawa ka sa business mo. Okay? Hindi lang to 8 to 5 job. Kaya sa bahay ka na 24/7, matutulog ka na lang, ikaw ay gumagawa pa rin ng something for your business. Baka yung menu namin bukas. Ilista ko nga. Alauna madaling araw yan. Okay? It can be difficult to compete with other businesses. Pag may mga business na established na, sometimes ikaw ay hindi masyadong makakasunod sa kanila kasi sila yung leader sila yung leader sa industry. Right? Number 3, kahit negosyo mo yan, it does not guarantee a 100% success. Sabi ko kanina, sa tatlong nag-start ang business, 2 ang nag-fail. Sa first 2 years na business, siya lang naging successful. So, hindi proven na ikaw ay entrepreneur and successful, hindi. Okay? Mas marami nag-fail sa isang business. Number 4, it comes with unpredictable work schedule. Hindi naman sa 8 to 5 job kasi, diba? So, pwedeng lumampas ka eh. Sabi mo, dapat alas 10 na unang gabi, meron pang ayusin. So, alas 11 ng gabi. Sometimes, you can go to your business alas 4 ng madaling araw. Alas 8. Minsan, pag hindi masyadong hectic, you can go there at 10 o'clock in the morning. Right? So, the schedule changes or the schedule vary. So, in addition to this one, so marami pang marami pang mga awayin ka ng customers mo, di ba? Marami pang samples na predicament or issues ng isang entrepreneur. You can think of more samples eh. Right? Common pitfalls, ito yung mga inaakala ng mga enterprises na hindi nila masyadong pinapansin. Pero these things can lead to bankruptcy or failure or net loss ng company. Yung proper pricing, ibig sabihin, hindi mo na-cover lahat ng gastos, yung presyo mo masyadong mababa. Nakalimutan mo sa materials. Hindi ka train sa pricing, so masyadong mababa. So, lugi ka na dyan. Okay? You don't have knowledge about product costing, especially pag wala kang product or accounting or finance background. Hindi mo alam ang materials or you don't know the labor cost, you don't know the materials, you don't know the factory overhead. Pag-compute, hindi mo alam. Inability or unwillingness to plan. Palagi mo plano guys ha. Ikaw ay entrepreneur, hotel, resto. Always make a plan. Feasibility study. Right? Mas maganda may plano kaysa totally wala kang plano. Okay? So pag plan A, have plan B. Kung may plan B, have plan C. Poor communication among the management team. So hindi nag-usap-usap, nag-aaway-aaway pa nga mga yan minsan. Pag partnership pa. Kaya pag sole proprietorship, maganda kasi wala kang masyadong kasosyo, wala kang masyadong kadibale sa decision making sa business Pero pag partnership yan, 5 kayo. So the decision is very hard to arrive at kasi 5 yung kukuha mo ng suggestions, wala sila, malayo sila. So antayin mo sila. Domestic pressure like economy, political, demographic, technological, mga nagrarally, or economic condition. Wala masyadong employment, wala masyadong pera mga tao. So you can be affected, you can be distracted. Ang empleyado kasi kahit mababa economy, sweldo mo yan Ito pa, poor retail location. Hindi daanan ng tao, hindi sa kanto. Remote, no? Parang liblib, tago, ilalim ng flyover. Wala masyadong dumadaan. Kaya nga important yung site visibility. Inaalam natin yung traffic ng tao, yung volume ng tao dyan. Wala kang discipline, no? Ikaw ay gumigising ng late na. Meron kang resto. Ang start, alas 8. Ikaw, alas 10, tulog pa. Ayan. So, dapat discipline personal. Dishonesty. Hindi ka honest sa mga customers mo. Kulang yung binibigay mo sa kanila. Example, pagkain, food, kulang yung serving. Dishonest sa mga empleyado mo. Diba? You're shortchanging them sa kanilang mga sahod. Okay? So, may karma Dishonest sa pagbayad ng taxes. You don't discuss? Ang tawag natin dito. I forgot the proper word dito. You don't show the correct revenue ng iyong business. Parang tax mo yung bababa. Dishonest na yan. So, let us see kung meron pa. And by the way, that is the last one. So, you would like to credit the following. I want to credit Google's mga photos na ginamit ko sa presentation na to. I would like to credit studylib.net docs for the lessons or outlines. Ang ganyan lang muna guys. And thank you for watching. Thank you for viewing. And pwede mong request subscribe. Salamat po sa mga magsasubscribe sa aking munting channel. And hanggang next time guys, this has been Dr. Corte signing off. Maraming salamat sa inyo lahat.